Good morning, everybody. Lovely to be here with you all again this morning. And so today, I'm really quite excited today, as always. I mean, I'm always excited. But new celebration items have been added to the list. So when you make the purchases of $100, actually, there's no extras to the $200 list. But when you order $100, there's now even more for you to choose from the celebration free list. So if you've already done a couple of orders and you thought, oh, I'm not really keen on what's left, pop in there, do your order. When you go through to your checkout, it'll bring up new stuff as well. So awesome. Great. You can still put in a $200 order, grab stuff for two things from the $100 section, and I must admit it's rather tempting at the moment. So my name's Lorraine. I live on the Fraser Coast in Queensland. I live in Mackay. I live in Maryborough. I haven't lived in Mackay for 20 odd years. I live in Maryborough, and I'm happy to help anyone anywhere in Australia if they would like help with joining a team, or if they would like help just with purchasing. Unfortunately, I can't offer the same service to those outside of Australia. However, we can always help you find a demonstrator should you need one. We still have our 3 catalogues at the moment in play. So we've got our annual catalogue, we have our mini catalogue, and we also have, of course, the celebration catalogue. Now, the celebration catalogue only goes until the 27th of this month, and I do apologise if you can hear all sorts of traffic noises. I do live right on a main road. I try not to get too many noises, but hey, it doesn't always work that way, does it? So I'll just pop down to the desk and we can have a look at what, sorry, I have to put that down manually. There we go. There. Alrighty, so we have our celebration, which the stuff that's already in the celebration catalogue is still available now until the 28th of February, or I'm assuming until it's like all gone. But as I said, they've added more. So when you pop your order through of $100 or more, that will take you to the new celebration stuff. We've got the mini catalogue still in play. This is in play until April. When this one goes out, the annual catalogue will go out and we will get new ones. So how exciting is that? I must admit, it does seem that we get new stuff all the time. It's not that you have to have a look at the same stuff over and over and over again. So it's really good. So the mini catalogue, we've all been through it lots of times. So many gorgeous things in here for us to play with. I have just received Storybook Moments. Now, I only got the paper and I got the dies. The whole suite is fantastic. However, and I've got the plaid papers as well. The whole suite is absolutely gorgeous, especially if you have little ones, or like you like doing whimsical cards. But the dies in this here, oh sorry, can't see, can you? Okay, these dies are just gorgeous. Look at these lovely little frame dies and what have you. So I can think of 1,000,001 things that I can do with that. So I did get that yesterday, and I also got the free papers from the catalogue. And what else did I get? I got a couple of new stamp and die sets. So I will have plenty to play with over the next few days. Alrighty, so yesterday we were playing with, oh, that's my chair. Yesterday we were playing with the butterflies, and we did the floating butterfly cards. So this is what we had yesterday, and these are really hard to show you because they sit like that and you're not going to see much. Okay, but this is what they look like. So they're done on a concertina. You can add so many more things to them to make them, you know, like you could do a scene in here. Now, along with the new products that we have for celebration, we also have some new online exclusives. And when I look at these and I know what's in the new online exclusives, they're on a pre-order. So they're available to demonstrators at the moment. But once I pop an order in, I can see there's a couple of things in there that I would love to do with this style card. So today I thought, well, I might as well stay with the butterfly theme. So this is the card that we're going to be doing today. Again, we can pretty it up a bit more if we want to. This is the large butterfly out of, let me put this here so that you can see it. You don't need to see my rubbish as well though. So this is beautiful butterflies. And we have the stamps and we have the dies. And this is what I used yesterday and I've used it again today. So this card here is what we call an easel card. So it folds flat, folds completely flat for posting and all the rest of it. But when your recipient receives it, they can pop it up so that it looks like that. And we just use something across there to hold that up. And that, it's really hard to show these straight upright ones, isn't it? So that's the card that we'll be doing today. Alrighty, so sticking with that butterfly theme and just using some different colors. Okay, so let's start with what we're going to do, what we're going to need. So I have pre-cut, I've pre-cut this butterfly, which is the background one, only because I only had a small amount of this glimmer paper left. And oh, hi Suzanne. Yeah, I know you've got an appointment this morning, haven't you? So yeah, I only have a small amount of this glimmer paper left. So before I could actually say that I was going to use it, I had to make sure I could cut too, which I was able to. So I have pre-cut that. But let's start with just cutting the base cards. Oh, there it is. Couldn't find my trimmer for a minute. I thought, what have I done with it? Okay. So all we're going to do for this one, and I hope to show you another style of this card. I may be able to do one tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have to work tomorrow morning. However, I will see how I go. So let's go 5 3/4, and this is with the basic white thick. It gives us a much sturdier card to work with. And then we're going to do that by 8 inches. And today I'm back to my inches. So that is our card base. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fold that in half. And we're going to burnish that. Now we'll find the front, which of course is this, and then I'm going to pop that back in, and then at 2 inches, which is halfway across that front card, I'm going to make a score line. So that's our first thing. Now that is now going to turn up like that. We'll score that across there, and that is the start. You can see that shape. That is the start of our card. That actually forms the base. All right, so next I used Lemon Lolly. And we will go with the same colors again because I've already done that butterfly. So we're going to do the first layer, which is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Now we're going to need 2. So we're going 5.5 by 3 3/4, and then we'll do another one at 3 3/4. You'll see why in a minute that we needed to. Actually, we also need another card front. So the card front is this size here. We're going to need another one of those. So we're looking at 5 3/4 by 4. So we'll go 5 3/4 and 4. So that's our second. So we've got 2 layers, 1 card base, and that is the bottom card base. So we have that, and now we want another layer, which is our second layer. So for that, I've used this beautiful paper, and this comes from the Floral Delight set. So many different gorgeous papers in here, but I chose this one because I liked the front and I also liked this side. Excuse me. So and you'll see on the card that I've used both sides of those. So this layer is going to be 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So we'll cut it the 3 1/2. Now, thankfully, this paper isn't necessarily directional, so it's easy to work with. And we were going at 5 1/4. So that's one. Don't lose your little tiny bits, because you never know when you can use them. Okay, and then we're going to do another one of those at 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So it's not oh, it's absolutely pouring with rain. Wow. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Now what I want to do with these two, which is my first layers, let me get that out of the way for a second. So what I want to do with these, you probably can't see it because it's sort of like well in the background, but I have actually tone on tone stamped these with one of the butterfly stamps that's in that set. So I've used Lemon Lolly, so I'm using Lemon Lolly ink, and this is just a random, you can just put it anywhere. If we're lucky, we're going to see the edges. We don't see a lot, but it is, of course, there. So we do know that it's there. We can put another couple in the middle there. They will actually be covered up. And then, or you can make that next layer, you can make it a little bit smaller so that you can see a bit more of your base, if that's what you'd like to do. Isn't it funny, these colors, when you look at them in the in here, that looks so bright, doesn't it? And yet it's not an overly bright color. Just pop a couple more in there, and that's your tone on tone. So I think you can probably see it. Let me turn that out for a second, and you'll be able to see how I've got tone on tone there. Sorry, I have to put that on, and that's what makes the wavy lines. Otherwise, I can't see what I'm doing. All right, so that is that part done. Okay, so we've got the two tone on tone. So we're going to work on one piece of this to start with. And we're going to need, now which one will I use? Let's use that one. put that one on to one side. And we're going to obviously use one of those. So let's do the butterfly. So I've cut that part of the butterfly, and I explained why I had to do that ahead of time. And now we're going to use this die cut, which is the one that actually fits in the center. And then we're going to make the body. So I love to make the body out of black because it shows up so much better. So I'll see if I can find a little scrap of black. Goodness me. Here we go. Scrap of black. And I have this beautiful paper here, which is what I used yesterday. As you can see, it goes, well, if you can see, it's sort of like an ombre. It goes from light through to darker. Okay, so I did, I thought I kept a strip out actually. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, maybe I didn't. So I'm going to cut a strip of this so that we can fit that through the cut and emboss machine. So we'll do that now. That little body part of the butterflies is really easy to lose. I dropped not the actual body part, but I dropped, there we go, I knew I'd cut a strip, look at that. I actually dropped the piece that I had cut on the floor this morning, so that was jolly fun trying to find it. Alrighty, and look what I did. How many people have done that? I've done it twice. Once at Christmas I did it with this one here, and then I did it this morning. It's where I've put the die in upside down, the wrong way. All right, so I'm going to make sure that the cutting side is down. I'm going to pop that onto there. So I have my base plate, my number 2 plate, my first number 3 plate, and then my second number 3 plate, and I'm going to wind that through, and we'll wind it back again. Move that. The paper, Suzanne, is that what you don't have? Oh, you have done that, sorry. Oh dear. Yes, I know, and it can be quite embarrassing actually, especially if you do it while everybody's watching. Thankfully, both times I've done it so far, nobody's been watching me. And would you believe the one I did at Christmas, it was when that plate was brand new, first time through, and it looks so lovely having a nice plate, and then boom, the ray puts it through the wrong way and has, I mean, I suppose it's an easy thing to do, and I suppose everybody's done it at some stage, but I get so, oh my goodness, how could I be so stupid? But I'm sure, like you said, your brain's waterlogged this morning. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Oh dear. I have an answer, but I don't think it's something that I should put here at the moment. So, and now I've put that down there, and I didn't do the little black piece. I'm dropping stuff all over the place this morning. It's not funny, I'm telling you. All right, now we'll do the little black body piece. Pop him up the top here. I have to stand up because otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if everyone's the same, but you have some sets, some kits, and you just use them and use them and use them. They have so much, there's so many things you can do with them, and you just keep getting more and more ideas for them. And then you'll get another kit and you might use it once or twice. I love it when we get the one. Oh, now something hasn't gone right there. Yeah, it should have done. Okay. I love it when I get one that I can use over and over again. So, and now this little body piece, we're going to sneak him out. You can see, like, it's very seldom does this come out without having to be poked out. But you can see on here, there's two little holes. And if your paper gets stuck into the die, which sometimes it does, and with little pieces like this, it's often, if you just put your pokey tool through there, through those two little holes, it will push out the paper. All right, so now we have the butterfly, which I'm going to do slightly differently, only slightly. And then we have the body, which we will put on afterwards. So when I put this one on, I stuck that top piece to the bottom piece. I don't want to do that this time. So I am going to poke out that bit that I haven't poked out yet. And I'm going to use here it is, over here, wrong side. I'm just going to use my Seal Plus. It's got a really good hold on it. Now, I need to take out my silicone mat because this doesn't stick to it. So I'm going to pull that across there, and then I'm going to attach it. You still have to line it up, even though, all right, so I've attached that to there. Pop the silicone mat back in there, otherwise I'll have no idea where it is when I go looking for it. Oh, I want to show you something about the silicone mat as well. You probably all know it, but I'm rather excited because I only sort of saw it yesterday. Now, if you do something with glue and it's still a bit sticky, you can use your embossing pillow. It has a fine powder in it, but in all honesty, you don't see it. So you can just pop over your bit that's a bit sticky, and it will stop the stickiness, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm just pulling that up a little bit. And, oh, actually, this one, it does show a little bit. Never mind, we can poke that underneath at the end. That's not a problem at all. So this one, I've left it so that the wings are free. Now I'm going to, well, I should have left that mat out, shouldn't I? Okay, that is not good. Let's use glue. Now what's happened here, I'll show you, is because I used that, it's actually gone up into the Stampin' Seal. So I'm hoping that that is just going to go around the bit that needs to be used, as opposed to messing it up. I messed one up once and my husband had to sit and unwind it and put it back together for me. Okay, so I'm just popping that body piece onto there, and I've left the antennas free as well. And there we have our butterfly. So we'll pop him to one side for a minute. And then what I want to do, so we're working with these 3 pieces to start with. See you on the replay. Good luck, Suzanne. And we're going to attach this piece to here. So we'll get the glue. And we will attach that to that base. And then we will take this piece and we can attach that to there. Like I said, you can see very minimal of that self-stamping. However, you can take a little bit more off if you want to show a bit more. But just for this one, I'll leave it as it is. And now we'll put some glue on here. Let me see which way. Yeah, let's go that way. And we're going to put that onto there. So we're going to form our layers just like we normally do, only we're on a single thing here. And then we're going to take our butterfly and we're going to position the butterfly wherever we want to on that card. All right, just for the heck of it, I'm going to see if that has made much of a difference. No, it looks like it has gone right up, so that's good. Now poke those 2 pieces back. I'm going to bend that just a tad, and then I'm going to pop this, just making sure that it's within the, I'm just going to pop that down, and I can pop both sets of wings up if I want to give it that whole 3D effect. Okay, so it's not, there's a gap in here as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the other piece of card that we did with the stamping, and I'm going to pop that piece there onto it. This is a very easy card to make, and it's, you know, like it's a good card to make. It looks like, I shouldn't say, it looks like you put a lot more effort into it than you actually have. But when I show you the other one, you'll see that it's not always quite so easy. So this piece fits in under here, underneath your, it fits in under there just like you would put a normal layer. Sorry. So we're just going to pop that in under there, make it nice and central. Okay, now this piece, we're going to actually put the glue on here because we want to get it exactly right. And if we tried to do it the other way, we may do too much. So basically what we're going to do is put our glue on here. And then we're going to take our top piece and we're going to put the top part of this onto the top part of that folded piece there. And we're going to line it up so that it's perfectly on the top. And then we can fold that down and we can push it down. So with that being attached to that, you can see how we're going to get the easel to work. So it's not difficult at all. Actually, on the other one, if you look on this one, I forgot with this one, I turned that second piece of paper the other way. I totally forgot while I was doing this one. Too busy talking and forgot. But it'll be just fine. It'll just look like we've carried it on. So what we need now is we need something so that when this does stand up, it has something to stop it from slipping back down again. So what I think I'm going to do this time, and I didn't do this last time, but I think I will do it this time. Goodness me. Oh, that's that. Let me see if I can get that off. Yep. There we go. I'm going to use the, here we go, can't get it off. I'm going to use this as I did yesterday. So I'm going to use that as the die. And I've got the happy birthday sitting here, which I want to re-put on there because I didn't like the way that was sitting before. So if you want it to make sure that it sits in its own pattern, because with these finer ones they do tend to move, if you pop it onto a piece of card and then pick it up with your stamp, it'll be at its right angle. Otherwise it can go into all different shapes. All right, somewhere here. So I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight for this because I need something that little bit brighter to I need to show up a little bit more. Okay, so this is the Daffodil Delight. And there's the stamp. It's me looking for the stamp. Do you know, even now that looks a tiny bit bent, but let's see how we go. So I'm just going to pop it onto here. And I think that'll be okay. Let me have a look at that. That's not going to work for what I wanted it to. Okay, so I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss machine. Let's move that, just move that back a bit. I know I've done this right in the middle of a piece of card, but I just wanted to make sure. And my washi tape is out on the table in the dining room. So this is a, please stay there. I don't want you to move. So let's just pop that through. If it moves, I'll do it again. And you know, it's really lovely to make special cards, you know, the ones that you put a lot of effort into. There's the happy birthday. So it goes well with the darker yellow on here. it's lovely to make those very special cards that take you a long time and all the rest of it. However, it is good sometimes just to sit down and do something that's nice and simple. I'm just going to try something here because I'm not sure. I have never done this, but what I'm going to try and do is cut this a bit bigger. I don't know how that's going to work. Right. No, the idea's gone out of my head again now, so let's not do it. Let's just not do it. I had a good idea. Well, I thought it was a good idea, and then when I was going to put it into practice, I chickened out. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I just wanted that little bit of yellow under there. So I'm just going to, I've left a bit of a, so I'm just going to trim straight across so that that is going to sit on there like that. Just to give it that extra little bit of, so to make this so that it is going to, hold that up where we want it to, we're going to need to pop some dimensionals on this part, and I will more than likely pop dimensionals on the other part as well. So it's going to give it a little bit of height. Now, anyone that's watched me before knows that I don't like to skimp on the dimensionals. I don't want a saggy sentiment. Now I'm just going to pop that in the middle. Just go down a tiny bit that end. Try that again. Wow, the rain's really coming down again now. Let's see how we go. Got a tendency more bit off. It's easier than trying to take it up and put it down again. There we go. So we've got that happy birthday. Now that will be enough. That will definitely be enough to hold that. Okay, but if I want to, I can put it up on another lot. I won't. I think I'm just going to glue that straight down. And I am going to use, and let's hope this is going to play the game, because this is a bit stronger than the glue, and it needs to be strong because it's going to be keeping this up. Now, this needs to go. You can put it anywhere, but you'll see when I do the other one, you'll see that, goodness me, just as well I hadn't pushed that down, wasn't it? Is that about right? Is that about equal? It's about equal. Pop that there, and now you can see that that is holding, that's holding this back up, but the back will come down, fold flat for posting. Okay, very simple, but very effective, very effective. I've always loved these cards. So now what we'll do, we'll put a bit of bling onto the card. So, of course, the drusies come into play, and I do feel that drusies actually fit. Let me just have a quick look and see what else I do have. Oh, because the other thing I'm thinking of, actually, I might use those and the drusies. Ooh. So these are the tiny bees. Oh, yep, done it again. No, I don't know which way it opens. Probably not that way. So these little tiny bees are so cute. They are adorable. Let me put it on a, hopes that you can, oh no, I can't turn it over. There we go. They are so minute. Can I bring that into focus? Look at that. Look how tiny that is. And we can pop that on with just a little tiny bit of glue. So for me, the easiest way to do this is to find my ever elusive tweezers. I do have these ones. Let's use these. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually put, what do I do with that glue? Like, seriously? How can you lose a pot of glue? All right. So I'd like to have one of these either side of the happy birthday. So I'm going to put a tiny, actually, I'm not, I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to use a glue dot. So let's do that. Let's pop this little bee onto the glue dot, like so. Now the glue dot, believe it or not, is bigger than the bee. Oops. So I'm just going to push that under. And then I'm going to take the bee. My goodness, my hand's shaking. I'm going to take the bee and I am going to just place it there. How cute is that? Now, time to get another one. Might be easier to get the glue dot and take it. Let's try this way. This may be an easier way to do it. Get the glue dot and then capture a bee. There's one. And put the glue dot onto it. I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm going to pop this one this way. Oh, that is so cute. Look at that. Just look at that. Those two gorgeous little bees either side there. Now, I will use the druzies, and I will pop. I certainly don't need them on the bottom, so I'm going to pop 3 strategically around the top here. So I might pop 1 right there. That's a larger one, and then I'll take one of these here and another here. Now normally I'd put some wink of Stella or something on. What you can do on the inside here is you could, you know, stamp another small butterfly, color it in and pop that in there. However, you don't have to do that, of course. So there's, you know, you can always write on the back or in here. Sorry, can't see. There we go. In here, you could write your message, or you can like write it right on the back if you wanted to. And to be honest, if you wanted to, you could just put it in here as well on the inside. Plenty of places to put your message. Like I said, it folds nice and flat, and then you just bring it up and there's your easel card. So I think, like, you know, very simple to make, but it looks a lot harder than it actually is. And that happens a lot with card making. You know, you can do something fairly simple, but it looks so difficult. And like I was saying before, like, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic to spend a lot of time and do these really, really fancy cards, and they're absolutely gorgeous. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you just want to do something simple like this. Alrighty, I think that's me for today. Now, tomorrow I do have to work in the morning, I do finish at 10. However, nobody would want to see me once I've finished work. So I do need to get home, showered, changed, and what have you before I come online. So I'm thinking I may be able to get on about 11 or 11:30, because sometimes I don't get out of work straight away. So if I can, I will come on at around 11:30 tomorrow, and I will do another card. I do also want to check with Suzanne just to make sure that that's not her time slot. I know she has another appointment tomorrow, but I'm not sure what time it is, so I will double check with her so that I don't go on to her time slot. It's great when you can work together with somebody. We do tend to, like work together with times. So I will find out from her. Okay, that's my card for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in any of the products that I've used, give me a call. You can call me, you can email me, you can go over to my page on Facebook, which is Color Me Crazy Cards, and ask me any questions that you'd like to ask me. If you're interested in purchasing, I believe, now where is it? Just there. I think that there's Shop With Me QR code. You can pop into that, and that takes you straight through to my shop. Okay, and if you're going in there, have a look at the new stuff on the new free stuff. It's awesome. Okay, that's me for today. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow, and just a little bit later. But I will pop it up later today so that you can see what time I'll be on. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you could give me the thumbs up, that would be great. If you can ring the little bell and subscribe, that would also be fantastic. That helps YouTube to promote my videos that little bit more, because the more likes and subscribers you've got, the more they'll put your videos forward. If you're watching me on Facebook, then if you could, like the video, that would be wonderful too, and leave a comment if you want to. Alrighty, thank you so much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Just let me go back up. There we go. Okay, so I'll see you all tomorrow, depending on time. Now, next week, I am going to be able to do, I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek because you know how things change. Next week, I have a week off of work. So next Wednesday is my birthday. I turn 67 next Wednesday, so I am going to be, it's my retirement birthday. However, I am still going to work one day a week. So next week, I've got the whole week off. With any luck, I may be able to do one every day. I will have my mum staying with me, my lovely mum, who's 95 this year. I will have her staying with me from Tuesday, and maybe I'll have her in here sitting next to me. And unfortunately, she can't make cards anymore. She would love to, but she can't. So let's see how we go for next week. So hopefully I can do more next week than I've been doing this week. And then after that, I will only be working one day a week. So I'll have more time, as long as I can plan everything else around it. Okay, thanks so much. Really appreciate you coming on and watching me, and I will see you all again sometime.